think the farmers were very enthusiastic and they were overwhelmed with the information that we were actually sharing with them, saying that they are engaged in Dasheen for the production. So they have the view that the work that CARDI is doing in collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture is very important in the transformation and for the development of the Dasheen sector in St. Vincent and Grenadines. I think it's very critical in the sense that fertilizer is one of the cost factors in the overall production of Dasheen, and if we can do something to diminish that cost, it will be of tremendous help to the farmers. So once they're able to optimize and to come to that figure, which will give the farmer the best yield, coupled with the right spacing, I think that will go a long way in helping the farmer to increase his productivity and also increase his income on his farm. So we have 2 experiments taking place simultaneously. The other one we have is in Greg's. So we chose 2 major Dasheen grain areas to conduct these trials. The results from these trials will now have to go and replicate them on different locations and different farmers holding to see how they actually transfer or translate into what we actually gathered on the farm and the different localities we're doing experiments. So by taking the information that we would have gathered here, we're able to go on farmers holding to see if we're going to get similar or better results on different farmers locations. Soils vary from farm to farm, and you'll have to make certain alteration with the rates as you assess and see what is really required, based on also some soil testing as well. But this will give us a start so that we can know what is ideal or best for Dasheen production in the different major Dasheen grain areas.
So the spacing, what we would recommend based from the ministry's recommendations are 2 by 3. And what we're seeing here for the resistant varieties that we would have introduced on many farms now, the spacing is somewhat closer and we're getting better results in terms of the size of the combs that are harvested. Also, you're seeing the height that is generated over a period of time with these resilient varieties over the local varieties here. I am impressed so far with the rate of the fertilizer application that they would have done here, and I'm taking notes to take back to my district. Over the years, you would have seen farmers just use somewhat a handful and they would broadcast. What they're seeing here is the proper recommendation, the proper amounts, and they are actually getting to see, and they are impressed by it. And they completely are saying we are going to implement it. So yes, they are seeing, they are impressed, and the implementation, they're on board with it.
I'm pretty happy because it will assist me in knowing how to better farm and ways of preventing and protecting the weeds around you, and also to enhance production. It's really an experiment, and the different ways you apply the fertilizer to the different varieties of Dasheen, you will have a different impact, and that will help me personally to say that sometimes I might be wasting the fertilizer that I'm throwing out because the plant could only take up so much. So what I have really learned is that you apply according to the age and the variety of Dasheen you're planting.
What I noticed as a Dasheen planter myself, I noticed that you have different in the space in a planting, which I observed to myself. As I said, for me, I won't plant, Dasheen that far because for me it's a waste of ground. But this is an experiment. So you do the experiment and then you will tell from that, which is better, because I eager to learn. And I mean, they look good. I impressed about the age and the size already, but I don't know what the result can be like when it comes to the reaping, when you see the actual size of the plant.
The experiment might be successful in certain areas, but I don't know how it will go with some of the spacing with grass and all these kind of stuff, because up here humidity is very high and moist, so grass grows so fast. And with some of these Dasheen, it's not reliable to use chemical because chemical like it does make the rat down in the bottom fast, very quick, especially those from CARDI. But otherwise, everything is vulnerable, everything is looking good. The experiment look clean, unique, and maybe things might be abruptly good later down the road. It's only left to tell.